battleships, and another 10 carriers and cruisers came behind them. Midori was doomed. They had time. Not a lot of it, but time. The massive Terran fleet was only accelerating in from the outer system at 200 gravities, which gave the Alliance fleet several hours to put together their response. Like the rest of the starfighter CAGs, Russell's place in that conversation was aboard his starfighter. The speed and power of the neural implants all of the Alliance military personnel were equipped with meant that he might as well have been in a room with the starship captains and flag officers, though. They brought their A-game, Vice Admiral the Elector Parth Rothenberg noted to his subordinates. The dark-skinned man was an elector of the Coraline Imperium, part of their pseudo-military aristocracy, and the man in command of Task Force Midori. All 8 battleships are Saint class, he continued. That's more Saints than we thought Walkingstick had left after his losses. It's easily half of the Commonwealth's surviving strength of the class until their next wave of new construction finishes. The rest is no better. 4 Hercules-class battlecruisers of the same vintage, 4 Volcano-class carriers, and 2 Lexingtons. Everything except the Lexingtons were relatively new units, built in the last 10 years and easily the equal of a Victory-class carrier like Normandy. We're outnumbered 2-1. The cubage disadvantage is about as severe. We have Summerlands and Genghis Khan, but most of our ships are smaller. The 2 ships he had named were the heavyweights of the task force, modern, top-of-the-line Castle Federation warships, bigger than anything the Commonwealth had yet built. Alongside Normandy, the Federation had sent 3 ships to Midori. Not to be outdone, the Coraline Imperium had also sent 3, 1 modern carrier, Righteous Fire, and 2 Ramses-class battlecruisers. A single modern battlecruiser from the Star Kingdom of Phoenix and a Renaissance Trade Factor-built carrier belonging to the Midori Self-Defense Force made up the rest of Rothenberg's fleet. They haven't summoned us to surrender. They know we won't, Rothenberg concluded dryly. We have no choice but to assume they have bombers as well, so our vultures won't be a surprise. What about the fixed defenses? Colonel Genevieve LaCroix, the CAG aboard the Phoenix warship Dauntless, asked. The MSDF has another 1,000 fighters to back up our strength. And I intend to use them, Rothenberg replied, his virtual avatar glancing at the still silent form of Admiral Paris Kennedy, the woman in charge of the MSDF. This was her system, after all, even if Rothenberg commanded the Alliance task force. But they aren't enough to turn the tide against 8 battleships. Kennedy finally stirred. No, they're not, she concluded. Admiral, do you honestly expect to be able to save Midori? The mental conference was silent for several long seconds. No. The words were tombstones. But I see no other option but to take a leaf from the Fox's book. A head-on assault with everything we have. Target the battleships. The Commonwealth commander is almost certainly aboard one of them. Russell kept his laugh out of the channel. The Stellar Fox, his old captain, had once taken a single carrier against a Commonwealth battle group. Of course, he'd emerged from FTL inside the battle group's formation, accidentally rammed a battleship, and lost his carrier in the end. But he'd won. But regardless of whether the Terran Admiral dies in your strike, they will complete their mission plan, Kennedy said softly. This task force will be destroyed. Midori will fall. No one had the courage to confirm what she'd said. That's what I thought, she continued. Ladies, gentlemen, officers, under Section 7 of the Alliance Treaty of Mutual Defense, I am assuming command of all forces in this system. As the ranking officer of the local government, she had that authority, though the Midorians had generally been willing to let Alliance officers lead the defense. I have only one order, Kennedy continued into the silence. You will withdraw. Midori's hope will withdraw with you. I will have the President transferred aboard immediately. Kennedy herself was aboard a station in orbit. For some reason, Russell didn't expect her to be leaving aboard the carrier she was sending away.